You know, man, it's really, really hard not to be negative. And I try to always see positives within a game. But I just finished watching Newcastle United against my boys, Manchester United. And the only positive thing I can think of in maybe the whole game was that it was 0-0 at halftime. We got absolutely fucking obliterated, man. Unbelievably murdered in that first half. And yet it was 0-0 at halftime. Before we get into that, let's take it back a step to the starting lineup. So, I wake up at 6:45. I make my coffee in the morning. I'm like, you know what, man? Pumped for the game. It's a huge game. Newcastle are great. Their fans are fantastic. One of the best stadiums in the Premier League. Best atmospheres and best crowds. They're always up and about. So, it's a hostile atmosphere. And we've got to expect that. We just came from Turkey against Galatasaray. So we know we're used to this, right? There's no excuses. Now, I only found out just a moment ago that what would have been a 20-minute plane ride didn't happen for our team to get to Newcastle. Instead, we had to take a 3-hour bus drive, which fucking sucks. I mean, come on. I don't know what happened there. They only mentioned it right at the end of the game. Regardless, man. Regardless. There's no excuse for what I just witnessed. So the lineup. Still, Varane is not in the starting lineup. Rafael Varane. I don't understand why the fuck he's not playing next to Harry Maguire. Now, about a month ago, Erik ten Hag in a press conference was asked why Varane wasn't playing. And he made up like the most bullshit excuse. Well, first he said Maguire's in great form, which he is, man. He's doing fine, but who cares? Play a fucking natural centre-back next to him. The excuse was he didn't want Varane playing out of the left side. Mate, this guy has done it all. Who fucking cares? What, you think Luke Shaw's going to be doing any better? You saw tonight what happened. Play Luke Shaw in his natural position at left back instead of Dallo. I mean, I don't know, and I'm starting to question what the fuck goes through Erik ten Hag's head. Seriously, man. It's unbelievable. Started Luke Shaw centre back. Anyway, I'm a bit optimistic at this point. I'm like, oh, whatever, you know. Martinez usually plays in that role, so maybe he's thinking Luke Shaw can do what he does, which he can't. But anyway, he's given it a go. Okay. I was dumbfounded as to why Martial was starting again. I mean, great that he scored last week against Everton. Fair enough. All right, whatever. So he kind of went with a similar side against Everton. And I saw nothing in this first half, man. Look, I'll give credit to Newcastle for being peak Barcelona for the evening. They were unbelievable, man. They were fantastic. Like, you got to give credit to them. But man, like I said, I try not to be negative, but I have no fucking choice here other than to be... They gave me nothing positive. Like I said, 0-0 at halftime was the only positive of the game. Like, I couldn't believe we weren't losing. Because we got dominated, man. Absolutely dominated. I'm going to go into my key notes for this first half. And let me tell you this, man. Right off the bat. We may be the worst clearance side in the fucking Premier League. These guys, these defenders, cannot header or clear a fucking ball in the box. In the defensive box, we do not know how to get fucking rid of this thing. It's either a missed kick, which is literally 80% of the time. You can go back and look at this game just as a perfect example of this. Missed kick goes straight to an opponent who then ends up having a shot. That happened so many times tonight, I can't even count how many times. Either that, a header, which goes directly center of the fucking field, straight to a Newcastle player again, we lose possession. And so many times, man, so many times, even in midfield, there's an aerial ball. Man United players got at least a 5-meter radius of space here. No communication, sheer panic, and just a header to absolutely nowhere. Just to get anything on the ball, that's what they're doing. Instead of controlling it with their chest, man, and keeping possession of the ball. It's like basic shit that we learnt in juniors. But no, the panic sets in and it's some sort of fucking stupid header that won't even go 5 meters, man. Like, and you lose the ball. You lose possession. I don't know what the possession stats were first half, but it would have been at least 70-30, I reckon. Just going off the top of my memory. I haven't gone back and looked at it because the game literally just finished. Into my key notes. That was one of them. With not holding possession, man. We couldn't touch the ball. We couldn't string more than 3 passes together. I don't know what was going on tonight. But I certainly didn't see this against Everton last week. We might be also one of the most careless people in possession. Careless teams in possession, man. The players, they don't give a fuck when they lose the ball. They don't realise how fucking important it is to hold the ball. Keep possession, man. Everything was a turnover. I need to see the turnover stats. It was crazy, man. I should have fucking kept track of it. We couldn't hold the ball. Newcastle just were all over us. And again, credit to them. They set up structurally beautifully against us. I mean, it wasn't that hard. My God, we're all over the place. It was fucked. Our wing-backs getting caught out. Dallo and Wan-Bissaka, who I thought had a shocking game tonight. He was all over the shop. I don't like Dallo at left back either. You either play Luke Shaw left back and Wan-Bissaka or Dallo right back, man. I'd rather Dallo, actually. Even though he gets caught out a lot of times. But not more than Wan-Bissaka tonight. Oh, man. Marcus Rashford. Oh boy, Marcus Rashford. I don't know where his head is at. I reckon he's off with the fairies. He's like 40% in the game and 60% out of the game. It's like he's fucking Peter Pan and Tinkerbell's running, floating around his head. I believe in fairies. Shut up! Fucking get your shit together, Marcus. Fucking hell. And then, you know what? He gets dragged. I don't know if it was the 60th minute, roughly. He gets dragged, throws his gloves on the bench in the dugout in frustration. What, for being taken off? Did you fucking do anything? What did you do to warrant staying on the field? Like, come on. He's got to get his shit together, man. He's just been up and down all fucking season. Last week, when he scored the penalty, Bruno actually gave him the penalty to, find the net, get some form, get some confidence. When he scored that goal, I don't know what the fuck was going through his head, man. It's like he wanted to celebrate, he didn't want to celebrate. He wanted to, yell at our fans or something. It was fucking weird, man. It was bizarre. I don't know what's going on with him at the moment. Clearly, he ain't right mentally. And, he used to do all this celebration and do this. Where's this? Fucking, I'll do this. Put a fucking gun to my head for watching this shit. That's how bad it is. It is fucking bad, man. When we're bad, we're fucking horrible. It's almost unwatchable, man. It really is. They should have been up at least a few goals. The only one chance we had in the first half was Garnacho. Bruno sent him through. And when you're in this position, Alejandro, man, it's one touch shot. He takes the extra touch. Defender gets right by him and he scruffs a shot on his left. You're already on your wrong side, man. You just got to take a shot straight away. One touch, bang. Simple as that. Anyway, I'm not going to be too hard on him. He scored one of the best goals I've ever seen last week. Unbelievable. We'll touch on that next episode. We'll do a comparison with Rooney's one because they're both so fucking identical, man. It's crazy. Unbelievable. Anyway, fuck last week. It's all about today. Garnacho was pretty much non-existent after that. Well, most of our team were, really. Martial did absolutely nothing, man. Like I said, we were very, 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 very lucky for it to be 0-0 at half-time. And you know what, man? Usually I would say, hey, 0-0 at half-time, let's make some changes. And fuck, we're in it, man. And we were. We were in the game. Barely, but we're in it because it's still 0-0. We'll get into the second half in a moment. I'll just go back to my notes to see what else I've missed. Yeah, man, playing out of the back, there's no game plan. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's when Onana's got the ball off a goal kick. Maguire and Shaw are basically right next to him, 6 yards apart, in line with him, on the 6 yard line, where the ball is. And he's either going to pass to Maguire or Shaw. Automatically, Newcastle are right up our ass. So it's... how the fuck are you meant to get it out of there? We're not good enough to do that. I don't know what this game plan was. Is this Ten Hag or is this the players going off their own accord and doing their own thing? It wasn't working, man. We couldn't hold the ball, let alone for 2 passes. And we're getting absolutely pressed to the max. And we're trying to play it out the back. This is what was happening. One pass left, one pass right, long ball turnover. Or even a short ball turnover. It was happening every single time. So, if you're going to go long after 1 or 2 passes, you may as well just get Onana to fucking have a proper goal kick, old school, and go to the halfway line and try and win a fucking header. And then try and get possession. Because this shit wasn't working. It hasn't been working all year. I don't get it. I really don't fucking understand what the mentality is with this game plan. We're not good enough to play it out the back, let alone against Newcastle, man, in their home turf. Fuck. It's so frustrating, man. It's so bad. So fucking bad. I mean, one shot in that whole first half I think we had. And that was Garnacho. Maybe another one that got blocked. That was nowhere near the goal. But Nick Pope did nothing, man. He ended up getting injured in the second half, which we'll get into. Because he did nothing. His first dive at a ball, he got injured, the poor guy. Because he was sitting there for fucking 80 minutes without doing anything. It's crazy, man. It's... Oh, I don't know. Half time, Trippier hit the bar. I don't know if I mentioned that already. I can't remember. But he's hit the bar off a free kick. It was unbelievable. And it bounced down off the bar, nearly crossed the line. I thought that was in. I think Isak had a shot, barely miss as well, which was off a shocking clearance. Dallo nearly gave away a penalty because there was no communication between him and Onana. Onana could have clearly said, my ball, keeper's ball. No communication at all. Dallo's panicked. He's kicked it into his own fucking hand, where any other day that might have been a penalty. Who fucking knows, man? Who knows with his VAR bullshit? Another fucking topic that we're going to cover next episode, though. Fucking ridiculous, man. VAR, get fucked. But yeah, man. The first half was all Newcastle. They had chance after chance after chance. I don't know how it was 0-0. Half-time, I'm like, man, surely, we got to make a change here. Whatever was happening first half, it ain't working, dude. All right? You got to get Martial off this pitch. Number one. Rasmus Højlund, get him on. Now, people will be like, he hasn't scored a goal in the Premier League all year. Fuck off. They got no idea what the fuck they're talking about. This man can hold the ball up. He's strong. He just needs time, man. He's getting it done in the Champions League. He's adapting to Premier League life. He will be fine. I have no fucking issue with Rasmus Højlund. I love him. I reckon he's great. Way better than fucking Martial. That's for sure. Anyway, I don't understand why he didn't make a change. I would have put Højlund on straight away, man. Literally, Anthony, who started midweek and he did well, very well, was well documented as well. He didn't get a start. I would have put him on too. Simple. Simple as that, man. But, didn't happen. They came on after we conceded a goal. So the goal came because of another stupid fucking clearance. I think it was Luke Shaw. Again, so careless, man. So careless. Do these players not know what happens when you turn the ball over? There's no fucking care factor out there, man. They think, oh yeah, we'll turn it over. It's no big deal. We'll just defend. You can't defend 90 minutes like that. You're bound to cop a goal. Luke Shaw, from the 18-yard defensive box, turns it over because we can't fucking string two passes together. They get it. It ends up with Trippier on the right wing, whips a ball across. Wan-Bissaka has absolutely fallen asleep. Gordon has come right behind him easily, man. There was two Newcastle players in front of the Man United defenders when this cross came through. It was a straight line, low ball from Trippier. And if it wasn't Gordon that kicked it, it would have been someone else. No United defenders even close. Now, it was Shaw's fault for giving the ball away, but it was Wan-Bissaka's fault for not following Gordon, who's in great form for Newcastle. And that man is going to find the back of the net with bullshit, crappy defenses like that. You give him an inch, it's game over. And it was game over right then and there. 1-0, Newcastle dominating. We still haven't had really much chances at all. I don't think we did anything up until the goal. And then, you know what, man? Ten Hag finally decides to bring Anthony and Rasmus Højlund on. It's like, too little too late, man. What the fuck are they going to do when we're losing? You put them on and give that energy from the get-go. From the start of the second half, man. Not wait till we're fucking losing. It's just criminal decisions like that, man. Already added pressure on these two blokes that are coming on. When we're playing absolute shite. Kobe Mainu, youngster, started in midfield last week against Everton, was brilliant last week. And he had a quieter game tonight, but he still did well, man. He was one of our better midfielders. I thought he did way better than Bruno. And Bruno, on the other hand, man, is the fucking turnover king. Absolute turnover king, man. Every time he gets the ball and he's got a bit of pressure, he'll try and flick it either through the player's legs or around him or try turn. Just hold the fucking ball, man. Use your body, protect it. Protect the fucking ball, find an option, and then move. These stagnant fucking statue witch's hat players ain't moving. So you got to ignite it as captain, man. Hold the ball, get support, instead of trying to do it all yourself. And the amount of times Bruno tried to do it himself, he turned it over. It was one after another, man. Every fucking 3 minutes, that guy would get the ball, turn over. He's doing too much. And I don't know if that's because he's getting no support in that midfield. I don't know, man. We definitely miss Casemiro, that's for sure. We really need him back. But man, I don't know. Bruno just ain't cutting it, man. It's, not good. In the first half, Onana did have a great save. The crowd were all over him because he fucked up midweek so bad, man. I mean, real terrible mistakes that cost us pretty much qualification for Champions League into the next stage. Because we're up 3-1 midweek. 2 shitty goals that he could have prevented. That's what happens. So the crowd were fucking drilling him, but he did pull off a great save in the first half, which I forgot to mention, man. I can't remember if it was Almiron or Isak that shot it, but it was a right-hand lower save, bottom corner. Very good stuff from him. He didn't do too much wrong tonight. He was fine. Few little dodgy clearances here and there. Like I said, man, we are the worst clearance side in the Premier League. These cunts cannot fucking clear a ball. The amount of times it was in the box and you just got to boot this fucking thing away. The miss kicks flying up in the air. Newcastle were on top of that every single time. Just belt the fucking thing, man. I don't know. I can't explain it. It fucking kills me. Anyway. Not much happened really after this. Up until maybe the 82nd minute. When we got our first corner of the game. In the 82nd minute. How did it take you 82 minutes to get a fucking corner in this game? The commentator said a stat as well that I think every single player for Newcastle had touched the ball inside their attacking 18-yard box. And I think it was maybe 1 or 2 players for United that had touched it in our box. That is very concerning and worrying signs. You can't... How do you expect to even be in the game at that point? Anyway, man, we got this fucking corner and we started getting a little momentum. Had a few shots. One was going in by Reguilon who came on and it got blocked. Blah, 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 blah. Don't give a fuck because there was no way we were scoring in this game. We did score, but Harry Maguire touched it and it was offside. Woohoo. And it was the man that came on as a substitute, Anthony, who had that shot. Man, the last 10 minutes were all over him. The possession was 70-30. We're attacking, but just couldn't score. Fucking story of midweek against Galatasaray second half. It's just too little too late as well, man. Like, Newcastle didn't even do too much after they scored. They were pretty much happy with the 1-0. And kudos to them. But, fucking hell, man. So frustrating. I'll just go back to my notes and see if I missed anything. Got absolutely dominated. Nah, that's pretty much it. Really, really disappointing, man. I guess the lack of communication is one of the most disappointing things, especially with these clearances and the Dallo Onana situation, which nearly led to a penalty. Shit like that. They're so disjointed at the moment, this team. I would have loved to see Pellistri come on for something different. But man, too many passengers at the moment. Rashford is just not cutting it. Martial not cutting it. I don't know who is. I really don't know. It's just very worrying. So, man, before this game, we're only 6 points off top in the Premier League, which is it's crazy to think because we've had such a weird spiraling down type of season. But I don't know, man. There's actually another game midweek coming up. The midweek games in December are starting to come up. So this is going to be challenging times for us. Very challenging times. Let's see who we've got next. We have Chelsea at home Thursday morning. That's a big game. That is a big game, man. And you just don't know what's going to happen with this team. It's so unpredictable. I mean, it is predictable. The away results even are fucking predictable, I'll tell you that much. But man, I don't know. I don't know anymore. That's pretty much it for me. I've been ranting too long. But that's the game, man. I hate being negative, but I just had no fucking option other than to tell it how it is. This is a ball of truth. I'm going to give you the most honest, brutal opinion, and that is my truth to you guys. We were fucking shit. And something needs to change. I don't know. It's not worth getting rid of Ten Hag at this point, because I'm sure it's not entirely his fault. He's made some shitty decisions which I don't agree with, but any manager with this team, the same thing's going to happen. The whole club's really a shambles at the moment, from top to bottom, and it starts with the owners. We've spoken about this on this podcast many, many times. Everything's all over the place. We need a big, big clean out. And there should be a fucking internal review, man. Get some people in there and get rid of the toxic fucking people in this club. Fix the fucking stadium. Sign some players that play with a bit of fucking heart and for the badge and not thinking about themselves. Fucking selfish motherfuckers. But man, let's see how we go. Chelsea on Thursday. We'll be here for the review. I know I haven't been here for a few weeks. Had some stuff going on, but we're back. And yeah, man, if you like the show today, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, click the bell for all notifications, man. Put a comment in there, do whatever you like. But yeah, hit that thumbs up as well, guys. And I will see you very soon. Very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. There was not much positives in this game, like I said. And man, off to the next game. See what happens. See if anything changes. And we'll take it from there. I love you all. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a good day or good night wherever you are. It's 10 o'clock here in Melbourne right now. And I'm off to have finished this coffee and just chill out for the day. But I will see you guys very soon. Adios. Goodbye.